Aloha, everyone. How you doing? I trust all is well. I've got a lot of things I want to tell you before we get started with our session, but let me make sure that everything's good here. Give me about a few seconds, and we will get started here in a few minutes. Well, actually, in about 20 seconds. Okay, we're good to go. First of all, I just yesterday I just got over a severe cold. I've had it since the onset was on Thursday, and yesterday I finally felt like I turned the corner. So if I cough, forgive me. I'm going to try to do my best not to cough, and I'm going to try to do my best to keep this session kind of short. But there's a few things I want to talk to you guys about. So I, I believe that most of you know that a few months ago I went through some traumatic scenarios. I went on a traumatic journey, um, and it was something that I would never want anybody to go through. Um, it was simply wild, deflating. Um, it was incredibly um, bottoming out, for lack of better words. The reason why I'm bringing all this up now because during that journey that I went through, um, I reached out to. So for those of you that have been following me on my journey, I reached out to all of you, and you've either sent me prayers, positive energy, healing energy. You sent me love, and that played a big portion in my healing process, my rapid healing process, to the point where I was told that I was a walking miracle. They had told me, the doctors had told me that it's going to take a year to 2 years to recover. And yet, 7 weeks later, I was flying from Maui to San Francisco to go see my granddaughter. In 7 weeks. The reason why I'm bringing all this up, and it has to do with our topic today, vibration. I'm asking you now, what you did for me back then, um, a few months ago, is I'm asking you now to pray for Maui. Uh, it's not, how can I word this? Let's just say right now, Maui needs a lot of help, a lot of support, a lot of healing energy, a lot of supporting energy, a lot of love, a lot of aloha. Um, and if you could do it for me, and I receive thousands of comments and prayers and healing energy and loving energy and supporting energy and positive vibes. I would love to have Maui receive thousands of my community sending Maui prayers and positive vibration and love and healing energy, because Maui's going through a transition right now, and it's just barely starting. I've been back, I think, about 10 days from San Francisco. And, initially I thought, wow, what's going on here? And in each day that I've been here, more and more, I'm starting to realize more and more what's going on. So please, I ask you, send Maui prayers, send Maui positive vibes, healing energy, love, whatever it is that you send out, please send it out to Maui. Yesterday I came across, actually, one of my community members mentioned to me that that one of the burned areas, or one of the ridges of the burned areas, people were staying in their homes because they want to protect their belongings, but they were getting sick because of the toxins. So they requested air purifiers, and I go, wow. So what I've done, if you go to my Facebook profile, I reached out to all of you, and I'm asking all of you if you give from the kindness of your heart, just like you did for me a few months ago. When I required financial help or health or physical or emotional, mental health, you guys came through for me. Well, now I'm asking you to come through for Maui. They need air purifiers, and I've got several people that are responding. They're sending me the purifiers. All the instructions are on my regular profile page on Facebook. Check it out. We're trying to get them air purifiers as soon as possible. And the last thing about Maui's strong. That's all there is Maui's strong. Okay, today's topic is vibration. And that also can be construed as energy or frequency. So when you understand when you emanate your vibration, your energy, your frequency, is what automatically is what is going to come back to you. So in other words, it's like sending out a boomerang. Whatever energy you're sending out, it's going to turn around and come back to you. It's as simple as that. I'm going to be sharing you some stuff here really quick. But one of them I've already shared with you when we went back to the segment of trauma. And I'm going to reshare that because it's very critical, because it has to do with vibration also along with trauma. There's last summer, I was seated around a round table of about 5 or 6 females, and I was the only male around with 5 or 6 females. And I did the most of the listening. I just listened to what they had to say. And this one good friend of mine, I don't know what we were talking about, but she brought up the word delightful. And I said, wow, I like that word a lot. To me, it sounds better than joy or happy or glad. So I started using the word delightful quite a bit. And then, but prior to that, everybody says the word abundance. Abundance this, abundance that. And for the most part, people look at it, abundance as being material wealth or some kind of even money. But here's the thing about abundance, and I'll go back to the word I was going to talk about. If you don't put an adjective before the word abundance, then you're going to get the same thing over and over again. Because if you say the word abundance, then you're telling the universe, I want abundance of whatever I'm having in my life right now. So if you're having, quote unquote, lack of money, and you're saying, I want abundance, you're going to get abundance of lack of money. Does that make sense? So whenever you use the word abundance, say abundance of money or money abundance or material abundance or love abundance. Don't use the word abundance by itself, because it's just going to give you more of what you already have. I'm trusting that makes sense. It made a lot of sense for me years ago. And so fast forward, I got off the word of abundance and I started using the word vitality. And to me, vitality is more powerful than abundance. And then I connected it with delightful vitality, because this person introduced me to the word delightful. And my whole life started catapulting forward. Delightful vitality. So I'm just sharing something with you. You can use it or not. You can stay with the word abundance, but just make sure you put an adjective before the word abundance, because otherwise you're just going to keep getting the same thing over and over again, but in an abundance. But if you want to change it up, start using delightful vitality for everything. For love, for money, for material, for harmony, for peace, for love, for joy. Just delightful vitality, and see what it does for you, because it changed my life. Now, this other one, here's another aspect. This is going to be, for some of you, this might not sit well, but it doesn't matter, because I know what works for me. So everybody talks about affirmations, right? We have to affirm something or Okay, here's a good one. I affirm I have $1 million in my savings account. Okay. When you affirm something, it's because you're chasing after something that you innately don't feel you already have. So what good does that do if you're chasing after something and affirming something that you know innately you do not have? So it becomes a struggle. Every day you repeat the same affirmation over and over and over again, but yet it doesn't happen. It's because you're coming from a point of lack, because you're affirming it as if you don't have it. Years ago, I wrote a book called Confirmations. About 15 years ago. And here's another suggestion, just like the Life of Vitality. Instead of calling them an affirmation, call it a confirmation. Huge difference. And it's life-changing. So when instead of affirming and coming from a point of lack or coming after, like you're going after something, you're chasing after something, just say, no, this is my confirmation. I confirm this. I confirm that I have $1 million in the savings account. I confirm that I have the love of my life. I confirm that all is well. I confirm that I have the life of vitality. Now you're telling the universe, I'm confirming that which I desire to have, instead of affirming. Okay? So the life of vitality and confirming instead of affirming. Those are the two things I'm just sharing with you. And it's up to you whether you want to utilize them. So let's get to the meat of this topic here, vibration. So a few weeks ago, during the trauma segment, I introduced you guys to some phrases. Now, before I repeat these phrases again, I cannot overemphasize to go back to July 5th, the first segment of this series, and understand what self-love is and practice it, because that's the foundation for everything. Every conceivable thing in life is about self-love. Okay? If you emanate self-love, you will get love in return. Perfect example. Again, I just told you in the beginning, I had thousands of people comment to me, and sending me healing energy and loving energy and positive vibes and blah, blah, blah. And it all started because I had self-love. All these years I've had self-love. I had a global community supporting me. I can almost guarantee you, if I didn't have that self-love, I would not have had all those people coming towards me to support me. And because I had that self-love, I healed within 7 weeks instead of a year to 2 years. It's as simple as that, guys. And then when you understand about self-love, then you understand that the trauma that you're living in, the perspective that you get from your trauma, because everything comes from the lens of trauma. And I had to learn that the hard way, through this traumas that I just went through a few months ago. I had to learn that I had some trauma within me that I had to let go of, or heal, or release, or integrate, or forgive, whatever terminology you want to use, in order to evolve, in order for me to finally heal. So these phrases I'm going to tell you right now is, when you go through life and you're going through some scenario, all the gurus and the teachers and the masters out there, they tell you to detach from the outcome, detach from the experience, detach. And I remember years ago in the beginning, I used to have trouble detaching. I used to think, well, how can I detach from something that hurts, or something that's painful, or something that's disappointment, or something that's sadness, or even happiness or success? How can you detach? And through this journey that I went through a few months ago, I had some very powerful healers that helped me along, and And each healer presented a piece of this puzzle that I'm about to share with you. And again, I told you this during the trauma segment. If you really, really, really want to be able to detach and go back to 0 point or go back to neutrality, when you can say these phrases to yourself without not feeling or having any emotion, then you know you've evolved. So if you're going through some experience and you're doing your best to detach, the first phrase you want you to say to yourself, isn't it wonderful? It could be the most horrendous thing that you're going through. But if you got the courage to say, isn't it wonderful? Then you're almost there. And then you follow that with, I don't know, and I don't care. Of the experience, the situation, the scenario, the person, whatever. I don't know, and I don't care. And then you follow that with the experience. And then after that, you go back to that and you say, isn't it wonderful? And then you follow that with, I don't need or want whatever it is that you desire to have. So in other words, if you're in a bad relationship and you want to have a happy relationship, you say, I don't need or want a happy relationship. Now that's going to sound counterintuitive, but when you tell the universe, I don't need or want a happy relationship, I don't need or want $1 million, I don't need or want the love of my life, I don't need or want a car, I don't need or want my next meal, I don't need or want whatever. You're detaching from the scenario here. And then you follow that up with, isn't it wonderful? So I'm going to repeat it again. And again, I'm repeating this from a prior segment, but I felt that because what you vibrate, the energy you send out, whatever you're vibrating at, the universe is going to respond to that. So you go, isn't it wonderful? Whatever the scenario it is. And you know what? I don't know, and I don't care about whatever the scenario is or the situation or the experience or whatever. And then you go, isn't it wonderful? And then I don't need or want whatever the opposite of that experience is or the scenario, the situation. And then you end it, isn't it wonderful? If you guys have any questions, please comment. But here's the one thing that I really wanted to share with you guys with. During my journey, like I said a few months ago, I kept saying over and over immense gratitude. And I explained it in one of my posts that gratitude is probably one of the most powerful things that you can do for yourself. And so when you say thank you, it powerfully sends a vibration to the universe of gratitude. I evolved from thank you years ago to immense gratitude. And to everyone and anything, and for the most part, 90% of the time, I say immense gratitude. And I can't remember what the post was, but I expressed immense gratitude, and some gentleman spoke up or he commented, and he said, appreciation is much more powerful than gratitude. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I slept on it, and I said, you know what? He's right. And then when you use the word appreciate, which is another form of gratitude, just like thank you is, so I went from thank you to immense gratitude to, and then I'll tell you a little bit what I did. But immense gratitude and thank you is another version of thank you, but more powerful because you're saying immense gratitude. Well, when you appreciate something, it's a form of gratitude. And when you appreciate it, it's a verb. You're automatically saying you're enhancing whatever you're appreciating. Does that make sense? You're enhancing you're saying, okay, well, what I say now is immense appreciation. If somebody sends me love, if somebody sends me, a prayer, I say immense appreciation. I rarely ever say immense gratitude anymore. I say immense appreciation because what I'm saying is it's gratitude in the essence of it, but I'm saying I'm appreciating what was sent to me. So when I say immense appreciation, it's enhancing that power, that energy, that vibration, that frequency of whatever it was sent to me. So for the most part now, I say immense appreciation. And I will tell you this, that's a huge reason why I heal so fast. Because almost all the thousands of comments that I received, I almost 80% of them, I said immense appreciation. And what I was doing is I was enhancing the prayer. I was enhancing the comment. I was enhancing the loving energy. I was enhancing the supporting energy. I was enhancing the vibration, the positive vibration. I was enhancing the love sent to me. I was enhancing the healing. Anytime, anything like that, I was saying immense appreciation. Because what they gave me, I was amplifying it. Does that make sense, guys? So listen to me. Whenever you receive a compliment, whenever you receive a blessing, all of a sudden you find a $100 bill on the floor. You say, you know what? Immense appreciation. Now you've enhanced that blessing. Okay? And then the universe says, okay, Alfredo, let's give you another $100 bill. So here's my whole point. Immense appreciation is life-changing. It's and I wish I knew the guy's name that introduced me to this concept, well, to the word appreciation, and I added the word immense to it, because it has dramatically changed my life. So I went from thank you from years ago to immense gratitude several years ago, and now because of my trauma that I went through a few months ago, now I basically say immense appreciation. It is life-changing. And guess what? The more you use it, the more your external reality shifts. The more your external reality becomes the blessings that you desire, the love that you desire, the joy that you desire, the peace that you desire, the healing that you desire. Look at, I went from a traumatic brain injury to being healed within 7 weeks, because I had immense appreciation for all the comments and the loving energy and the healing energy and the supportive energy and everything. I was amplifying it. And you could do the same thing too. You can amplify the energy that's given to you. And even if you don't know where it comes from, like if you find a $100 bill on the floor, or a $20 bill, or even a nickel or a penny, and you pick it up and say immense appreciation, what are you telling the universe? You're expressing gratitude, because appreciate is gratitude. But now you're with a verb, you're saying, you know what? You're amplifying it. Does that make sense, guys? Immense appreciation. Everything I do, all these segments that I'm doing here by myself in this, on the experience, which is going to be ending in about 3 weeks or so. Everything I tell you guys is simple, but yet powerful. Humanity has a tendency to make things difficult, and it does not have to be difficult. Okay? Everything I'm telling you is simple, and I'm sharing it with you because I had a worldwide community that supported me for free. I had healers that came to me, and they supported me for free. All I'm doing now is forwarding it to all of you. And I'm sharing a very simple but yet powerful statement for you to say. Immense appreciation. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, from this point forward, I ask you guys, start using immense appreciation. Let's start a movement of immense appreciation. Because, yes, thank you works. Immense gratitude was like powerful for me for a long time. But what's even more powerful for me now is immense appreciation. Think about it, guys. When you appreciate something, you're amplifying it. That's what the word means. You're appreciating it. Okay? You're amplifying it. You're enhancing it. But at the same time, you're expressing gratitude. And then when you put the word immense before it, immense appreciation, how much more powerful can it get? That's truly a life-changing moment for me. And if you utilize that phrase, immense appreciation, it'll do wonders for you. I want you to re-watch this recording again for all the stuff that I told you about the life of vitality, but versus confirmation and affirmation, and isn't it wonderful, and all the other phrases that follow that. But if you want to know more about those, then go ahead and re-watch this recording. But the one takeaway I want you to use now at this point, because everything's energy, everything's a vibration, everything's frequency, and when you start using the phrase immense appreciation, that becomes your vibration. Do you understand that? That becomes your vibration. Immense appreciation. Okay, guys, you rock. Thank you for being here with me. Please say a prayer for Maui. Send healing energy to Maui. If you guys really like to contribute to air purifiers, please go to my Facebook profile page and see the directions or the instructions that I have on there. They definitely can use them. Okay? I love you all. Mahalo ke akua.